Mental illness not only derails promising young lives with debilitating anxiety, depression, mania, and psychoses, but according to state mental health directors, people with mental illness also die an average of 25 years earlier than those without mental illness. This is not from suicide, as some might think, but from cardiovascular disease, hypertension, and diabetes.
When I don't care at all about myself, it's easy to not care what I'm eating or how little I'm exercising.
My mother died of heart problems. My father died of heart disease.
I really want to keep my weight definitely below 180. That sounds like common sense to you, but when you take a lot of medication that screws up your weight, it's not that easy.
Physically, I would like to improve a lot of things about my health.
To help prevent physical conditions that contribute to early death, Community Network Services offers a range of programs to our consumers, including an integrated physical and mental health clinic, smoking cessation and wellness support groups, hypertension clinics, Tai Chi, and healthy cooking classes.
I was born with a birth defect called spina bifida, and if you're aware of what that is, basically my spine wasn't fully formed when I was younger, and the doctors put it back together. So, I mean, I've had some major challenges. When I turned about 25, they ended their friendship with me, one of my friends, and that was my first attempt at suicide. I was at Beaumont, and when I went into the day hospital, they recommended CNS. At that time, I didn't realize that was the start of some good things. I joined the cooking class because I wanted to improve my cooking skills. I cook on the microwave. I have no cooking abilities before the class, and I realized it was time to improve my health. So I joined the class not knowing what to expect, thinking it was just going to be another class, but I can't believe how much it has helped and changed. And then at the end of the class, they gave us a cutting board and a bag and our book, and it was such a proud moment for me because they gave us a little certificate, and one of the staff said that she was very proud of me.
Out of 7 children, 6 of us are bipolar, and both my parents were mentally ill, and it was a very abusive, chaotic environment to grow up in. When I was 26 and I got on medication, I weighed 137 pounds. Well, the medication made me gain weight, and so did depression, and my top weight was 235. If your weight gets too high, then you're a prime candidate for diabetes and heart disease, which runs in my family. So I'm trying to avoid that. Exercising is good for your confidence. I'm hoping to make some friends there. I feel really good about that because I feel that I'm doing everything I can to help myself. You know, because you can't just rely on medication. There's a lot more to it than that. I'm too young just to give up and sit in front of a TV all day. I mean, that's just not me. You know, I've been through 6 years of college, and I want more out of my life.
I've been suicidal since I was 12. Like, I remember making a noose and my mom cutting it down. You know, I tried overdosing in the 90s. I thought I was going to be dead. Didn't plan on being over 30. Everything is difficult when you're depressed. I mean, it's like having lead in your blood, where you're just slow. Everything is effort. Like, you know, getting up off a chair to, like, you know, for me, like bathing and stuff like that. Like, to get in the shower when it's just you're like the most lethargic you can get is just so much work. And then your mind is lying to you also, because your mind is telling you ultimate terrible lies of how it's all pointless. But the thing with it, though, is even though it's tough, pushing through it makes you feel better. After I got out of the hospital, I determined that my life will be a success if I don't ultimately take my own life. Like, that's good enough. And now it's like, well, I gotta do something to help with that. Like, I've started exercising. I've lost 35 pounds since February now. I eat better, I cut out pop. I just, you know, now that I feel like I can live, like I want to kind of prolong the time I'm going to have now.
I live with an alcoholic father. He abused my mother constantly, calling her stupid, dumb, ignorant. We lived like that for a long time, a long, long time. My father had passed, and I realized I was depressed. I wasn't able to drive. I was panic attacks, anxiety, depression. I didn't know what to do, even though I went to the day hospital for over a month. And then I realized that Mom was getting sick. And when Mother died, I had no place to go. Anyway, depression was so bad. I looked at my life and I said, I'm not going to live like this. And I was going to take overdose pills. It was snowing at the time. I got that car with the baddest tires on it. I think I slid myself into CNS and I just broke into tiny fragments all over the place. That February, CNS had this place picked out. And I was so shocked that I had my own place. I was so, you just don't know how I felt. I felt like freedom was at my fingertips. I've got furniture, I got a car. I started weight loss. I've lost close to 30 pounds. I'm down 1 dress size. I am going to make it to be even smaller. I'm happier. I'm free. And the fact that I'm losing weight, mentally, things is kind of evening itself out. I don't have the panic disorder as much as I used to. I'm very rarely depressed. And now that I'm losing weight, I'm putting on clothes that I have never put on in years. So I feel good. There is a light, and if you grab hold, you could come out that darkness. I did.
My goal is to return to work sometime in the next year and just get back to where I can support myself.
What I'd like to do is I'd like to get this anxiety under control and go back to school for a beauty school to be a beautician.
One of the things that has always been a dream of mine is to have a job. My dream is finally going to happen, and it was a long journey. It took a long while, but I finally have a job. Thank you.